Yeah, it's been somewhat of an emotional roller coaster ride, that's for sure. So this is another update about what's going on. Uh, you know what really bugs me is how just things keep changing. They keep telling me things, and each time it just sounds different or it can sound worse. And it's like, because when we go back to when it all started, it's like, we found a tumor. Then after the biopsy, it's like, yeah, it's malignant. All right, not good news. Then after a while, it was like, okay, well, it looks like it's a tumor and a smaller one over here. Okay. Oh, and some lymph nodes. What was it? It was the 6th of this month in July. What was it? The oncologist said, like, oh, there's one here and one here, and there's one over here, plus lymph nodes. It's like, okay. And then they tell me it's stage 4, and I go home like this emotional wreck. Okay? And then yesterday on the 12th, I was at the cancer center to see another oncologist that specializes in radiation therapy. And he's looking at, I think, a CT scan, which the only one I know of was done in June 1st. All right, so he's looking at the CT scan, and he's saying it's actually like, uh, he said, yeah, what was it? One here, but actually two over here. It's like, okay, let me just fall out of my chair and then get back up again, and so. And I said, well, and he's showing me on the CT scan, and he's scrolling through it this way. And he's saying, there it is, and it's like, I said, wait a minute, like, how big is that? And he said, it's about 2 centimeters by about 7 centimeters. Okay, so I'm thinking, what? Like, there's like something the size of a snake inside me. Like, what is this? Like, is it like Stargate? Where it goes into your mouth and I think it goes into your head and starts telling you what to do, and your eyes glow, and you go out there and ruin someone's day, whatever. But I thought, what? But and he said it's lymph nodes. Basically, it's like, okay, think of lymph nodes as a string of peas about a centimeter apart from each other. But if you enlarge them into the size of a grape, then yeah, they all look like one. So he said it's actually lymph nodes, one main tumor here, and two smaller ones over here. Nevertheless, I went home and I just almost cried myself to sleep because it's just not a good situation. And I don't care who you are, you're going to be an emotional wreck trying to get through this. However, today is what, the 13th? Yeah. Early this morning, the same oncologist I was talking to calls me up. He said, basically he's saying, don't worry about the left lung. Okay, what's going on? And he said that was probably something from like previous infections or something else. And I said, oh, you mean there's like scar tissue? And he's saying, yeah. So there's 2 spots on my left lung that are apparently scar tissue. I guess he was looking at the PET scan. He should have looked at the PET scan like a long time ago before he sent me home. So anyways, he said, yeah, like, it looks to be just scar tissue after looking at the PET scan. So not to worry about your left lung. So, yeah, today I've been feeling much better. It's like a bright spark in that, deep, dark pit. And in a way, it was, it took a bit of weight off of me hearing that. Oh, so basically what it is just one main tumor and some lymph nodes. So that's not as bad, as my whole thoracic cavity looking like moon craters all over the place, or the surface of the moon. Okay, so he said they want to do radiation therapy first on the lymph nodes because they're pretty close to they're always like, in this case, lymph nodes are like, they wrap all around your bronchial tubes, these lymph nodes. And he wants to prioritize this with radiation therapy and to shrink them down, as quick as possible because, so it doesn't affect my windpipe. That could be a bad thing, and it might have trouble, might cause me to have trouble swallowing or many other things. We don't want that. So they're going to do radiation therapy. So they did a CT scan again. They marked me off where to do it, and I got to wait for a call to see when they're going to start doing it because it's tricky stuff. You can't just do it the next day. They got to plan it out because you don't want to radiate your heart because that would be bad, and they got to get it all planned out. So, but I'm gonna have a sore throat for a while. That's for sure. Yeah. And I asked him, well, can we just do just do radiation therapy on the lymph nodes and the main tumor here? Just leave it at that. And he said, we could, but it won't shrink it enough. And he said something like, it's best to do the radiation therapy and chemotherapy. It's more effective. Plus the clinical trial they mentioned. So, yeah, that's the situation. So, yeah, in a way, I felt a little bit better today. Oh, and I forgot to ask him, does this mean can you downgrade me from stage 4? Because if you got it down to, say, 2, then I'd be even more happier to hear that. Or maybe they'll say it's 3, but I'm going to have to ask him about that because I forgot to ask him over the phone, can you downgrade me now? Which would be good. So, yeah, that's the situation now.